just virtually just started here. We've got to this little spring. I can see a fish already right there in the centre of the screen, just holding it. It's quite shallow water. So I'm going to put a little dry on and just see what will happen. The only problem that I can foresee there, I'm not sure if it comes up on the screen, but there's two electric fence wires going up there. So it's a little bit at higher degree of difficulty, but we'll give it a go. That's what makes it worthwhile. I always like to play them off the reel, just in case they do run a bit. It's not going to get tangled around anything. That's why you go fly fishing when it's hard. And you have to do something a bit different, it works. It's great fun. Bring him over, we'll have a closer look. And there you go. That's why you go fly fishing, to get a fish like that when it's quite difficult. We're using, like here as well, normally I'd go with the 6 weight. These smaller creeks and the little spring creeks like that need quite a good presentation. So I've got a little, that's an 8'2" 4 weight, but quite a beefy 4 weight, just to be able to steer some of these fish around. But ideal for a much better presentation when it's very important on these smaller streams. There we go. It's a ripper. Just see him there. Ooh. He's about, it'd be 3.5 pound. Fantastic fish there. We just love that blowfly. They're an amazing fly. There we go. So we've got that hook out. We'll get him back in, and yeah, he'll be over here ready for when you come over here next time. Good to go already. Perfect. Well, we'll keep going up this stream and hopefully we can find another one. There you go. This is the fly that we use. We talk about the see the blue there. It's called a blowfly. Normally works really well in the summer, but even in winter, the fish are very prone to it. They obviously see it, stands out, obviously like it. So it's a great fly to use over in New Zealand as well as in Australia. And once you get a fish, it can get very wet and soggy. What we need to do is pop it in a product called Shake and Float. It's a desiccant. Give it a shake up. So it's a great name for a product. Blow the excess off, and that absorbs all the water and makes that really buoyant and ready to float for your next presentation. So keep that in mind when you're catching a few fish, and your flies will be much better off for it. And I keep saying that we didn't land it, doesn't matter, but sometimes it's good to get them. At least he come to the fly. We thought he'd spooked him, and he sort of shot away, but you're just quietly moving up, presenting the fly nicely. He's found it, and he's had a crack at it. There's also another fish up there that took it as well, and might be a time to check that fly, but they just didn't stay attached. But we're getting them to take the fly. Under these sort of circumstances, it's just still just great fun.
After struggling with poor visibility, weather and his share of bad luck, Gav hooked a nice fish on an unweighted pheasant tail, only to have it disappear under a heavily undercut bank.
He just buried himself, it's a bit deeper than what it looks, but just buried himself right in amongst this weed, quite in an undercut bank here, so we've got to try and get him out. There's some sticks and everything in there, so we'll see how we go. Looks pretty solid. And he broke off, which is probably how it's been going for quite a while. But still having a great time here. I mean, it's not always about catching a heap of fish. It's about, you know, trying different places when it's hard. And that's why I think this trip's been so good, because the fishing's been hard, but you look around, you find other opportunities, and you make the most of them. And it's just outstanding. And that's why I just love coming back to New Zealand. So if you get the chance, get out and have a go. You're gonna love it over here. Get plenty of opportunities. Just great fun. That's about it, what we've got time for. So I look forward to catching you next week on The Fly.